I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to have a job, right? Mine just happens to be in CS. Customer service, solutions, relationships, while keeping my team pumped up to keep a constant connection with everyone who has chosen to step into our location. Episode number 79, The Mystery Man, and Where Are the Carts? This is C.T.C.S.
The day starts off with these very expensive buns for hamburgers, and the sign says buy one, get one free. But then you go to another part of the store, and it's $6.49, and it's like, oh my God, now we've got a situation, because how are the people up front going to know what is buy one, get one free? Well, it's outdated tag, which means they still get it buy one, get one free. Some people can take an emotional hit. We have a coworker whose parents are both in a coma from a car accident, and you would never know it. And because I asked her, I said, how are you doing? And what she did, she came clean and shared it with me, and it's like right on the spot, you just want to pray. And she smiles and she just moves about her day, taking that emotional hit and keeping going. Says a lot about her. Okay, products that are misleading at a grocery store.
So I got a return, and I looked at it, and it was pink Himalayan salt, and it jogged my memory. And a lot of people are under the misconception that it actually comes from the Himalayas.
Yeah.
It's actually mined and produced in Pakistan.
How can they do that?
You got me on that. I don't know if part of the Himalayas touch Pakistan. I'm not a geography expert, but I did watch a documentary about it, and 90% of it's mined out in Pakistan, and they still call it Himalayan pink salt.
So here's the research on the Himalayan pink salt. It's actually from the Punjab region of Pakistan. The salt, which has often been a pinkish tint due to trace minerals, is primarily used as a food additive. It is like what new guy Bill said. It is not from the Himalayas at all, but it's from Punjab, Pakistan. I am Captain Troublemaker all over the place today. Gentleman comes in, buys 23 limes, and he tells the person on the register they're 79 cents a piece. And they ring up 99 cents. And he doesn't catch it till he gets out in the car. Comes back in the store and says, they said over there that it's 79 cents a piece. And he says, you don't trust me? And I say, no, I do trust you. And so I went over after he had left because I reimbursed him. And it was 79 cents over at the food bar. But in the regular place, it was 99 cents. So I went to produce and I said, what's the story here? I said, how am I supposed to know the difference between a 79 cent lime and a 99 cent lime? Oh, we forgot to take down the tag. Oh, twice in one day this happens to me. The CO2 is out at the bar. This is Thirsty Thursday, man. We got to get this thing fixed immediately. The band is about ready to play. We have live music on Thursday nights. Tonight we have 2 different wine samplings, and people are here to drink. They're here to really get involved, and we can't. So we've got a new CO2 that we're putting in there, but I hope to God that's what the problem is. Oh man, hook up that new CO2, and it's like Old Faithful over here at the bar now. No, really, it was kind of a scary situation, because you're sitting there and you're going, what are we going to do with this full bar? And people want their drinks. So we'll call her the chicken lady. He comes in, and I realize there's a big sale on, but then what she wants to do is she wants to exchange it for a more expensive chicken. Right. And it's like, I told her that it couldn't happen. I'll just give her a rain check. And then she looks at me and she says, you don't have any power here. And she says, I'm just going to go up to the front. And then I saw her, she was up here with you.
Like I?
Yeah. And so the manager on duty, what does he tell her?
I can give you a rate check for that.
That's it.
And that's what she got. She got a rate check for it.
What was her reaction?
She didn't argue with it, but she was not happy about it.
Yeah. She wasn't happy back there at all. Even with the people in the meat bar. We told her, he said, we'll probably get more tomorrow. I drove up here today. I want to go home with chicken tonight. Every week he comes in here for 2 to 3 hours. So we already know that he has put 3 or 4 items inside that basket, got rid of them somehow. Now he's carrying bananas, and he's making it look like that he's busy looking for something. What is this guy up to? Hide and seek? But if you engage in a conversation, it's going to be a 30-minute conversation.
Yeah, well, today when I saw him, because I tried to avoid him first, I was trying to just stay up on, which I'm actually say just walk up here. Yeah. All the craziness that keeps happening later. But since he was doing that, I was like, well, let me just, when I saw him, I was like, hey man, I just fist bumped him and kept moving. I didn't even stop. I didn't even break stride. I didn't want to get caught.
He's headed back over to the bananas. I bet he dumps the bananas. I bet he dumps them. Security began following the gentleman that comes in for the 2 to 3 hours and noticed that he put the bananas back. went over and grabbed a couple of more things, continued walking around the store. And then all of a sudden, he comes up to the front of the store, puts down the basket, which was empty. We knew it would be. And he leaves. And it's like, so bad. I want to ask, what are you doing? What would you do? As somebody, just a member of the team, or just a regular person in society, would you walk up to him and say, I always see you in here. What are you doing business? All right, what are you doing? Transition walk, day number 2 out of 4. My God, my body is on fire. God dang it. This is only day number 2. I don't know. I was doing a lot of walking, maybe lifting. I'm not the only one in retail that goes through this. I might be the only one that bitches about it, or at least openly. I think that releases some of the steam. I don't know if maybe that's the writer in me. The writer says, look, you feel like crap? Talk about it. Take it to the people. Yeah, right. Figure out a solution, Mr. C.S. Every so often, the bigwigs do a walkthrough, and we spend 2 or 3 days making sure that everything in the store is 100% beautiful. And it's one of those things that I think this is where it gets deep inside my skin, is that I go, why aren't we cleaning the store this way every day? Why are we waiting for the day they come to visit? So we finished up last night. It looked very pretty. And the unofficial word is that we did very well with the walkthrough. But I also, when I come in, there's barbecue sauce on the customer service counter. There's a half-empty Wendy's drink. And I'm like going, isn't this what really I was trying to talk about? That we're not cleaning every day, and now that we've gone through the walkthrough, it looks like trash again. Just wrapped up the floor sweep. So many people hate doing that. For some stinking reason, I always put pride in it because for two reasons. Number one, to prevent slippage from a guest. A guest walks by, slips on it, gets injured. And number two, I think subliminally, it shows our guests that we take care of our store. We want to keep it clean, and we're doing it for you. I don't think they know most of the time that when they say that we didn't give them their money, that we're going to count the till.
Yeah. And that we made sure we counted that meticulously because we know the till was going to be counted later.
Yeah, because I had a guy when I was in Matthews, and he said I didn't give him $60, and so I just gave it to him. I got in trouble the next day.
Yeah.
Because I should have counted the till.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
So, I think my first year working here, I just gave I didn't get one of my bills, and just gave it to her.
Yep. This is the big weekend for college basketball. The big teams, they're down to the 4. But here's what I'm picking up in the store today. They're not really interested in the guys because the top seeds aren't there. So the big conversation is, what are the girls going to do? And this could be a possible change in the flow of college basketball, and hopefully this will lift the girls' college program to a much, much higher level. So it's very interesting to hear that everybody's more interested in the girls playing this weekend. Transition walk, day number 3 out of 4. It's raining in this forest. They say that it's going to get worse as the day goes on, but right now we've had the thunder, we've got the rain. Everything just smells so brand new out here. It's that new car smell. Somebody put this in a can and let's sell it on Amazon. Headed into C.S. People are moody when it's raining. Here in the South, they want their sunshine and sun tea. All right, so today's taste testing, we're going to do the Nut Harvest spicy flavored pistachio. I've never had a pistachio before. That's how much of a virgin I am on this. But it says spicy flavored. It just tastes like a nut. That's what it tastes like. But I was told that the best part of the pistachio is you have to suck on the shell. Just don't eat it. Otherwise, when you go to the bathroom, automatic butt wiper. We're a couple hours away from the first of 2 big games for college basketball tonight, and everybody is saying Miami. Miami all the way. So we're going to find out if the grocery store guests know their game of college hoops. And what a game last night. South Carolina, I'm so sorry that you didn't make it, girls teams, but man, I'll tell you what, that's what excitement is all about, and that's what college basketball for March Madness is all about. It's about keeping you on the edge. I don't want to curse the day, but when you come in and it's uneventful, when there's nothing really going on but a bunch of people that are getting ready for the big basketball games, but there's nobody stealing. There's no big rush in the aisles. It just seems to be just a kind of like a melancholy day, but because I'm bringing this up right now, guess what's probably going to happen? I'm probably going to curse the moment, and we're going to be getting some drama here pretty soon as that sun starts to fade away. We had a strange request for a type of dip for crackers. It's called bitchin' sauce. Bitchin' sauce. I've never heard of anything like that. Sure enough, we come over here by the pimento cheese. There it is. There's 3 different brands here. 3 different brands of bitchin' sauce. That's funny. We're in a grocery store, and there's that word, bitchin'. All right, how's your piece of poetry go?
Tick-tock, the clock ticks by, marking your days and nights. In time you were born, and in time you will die. Enjoy the time you have, as you don't know how long you have.
Oh, Scott, that's great, man. You've always been a great writer.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody, and it just popped in my head. And I was like, "Oh, let me put it in my phone."
All right, that's going to be your mission. Every time you come into the store, you've got to bring me a new piece of poetry that you've written. Yeah, report that there was a possible theft using a men's restroom. Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing about it, though. We don't do lucky strikes. This looks like it's This is totally this. Wow.
So I stole it from somewhere else?
Yeah, there wasn't stolen here.
So maybe they stole some.
I mean, they've even got their phone charger there. Toothbrushes, yeah. All right, well, and it looks like it's a bag of underwear. So maybe it's a. All right, I'm gonna get some gloves.
Maybe they stole that.
Yeah.
Dumped it so they can steal from here? I don't know.
Jesus, I never even thought about that. God. The more I look at what's going on inside this bathroom, this really looks like it's a person of homelessness that has left their travel package behind because of the open gum, Lucky Strike cigarettes, and there's even a shaving kit here that looks like it's been used. So hopefully they're okay, because I mean this something like this is their life sitting here on this bathroom floor, or was sitting on the floor. I should note that Jazzy and I did go on a transition walk today, except usually on Sundays what happens is that we do a thing called Vocal Defrag, which is another podcast that I host. And, as we go into day number 4, got my God on today. Got to do that on Sundays because that's what the community is all about. The message was based on making peace with your strength. Pretty big message. We all think of our weaknesses. We go to war with our weaknesses, but we don't make peace with our strength. I'm going to plant that in my heart as I go into CS today. After my transition walk, which we had, I'm going to make peace with my strength and see what that strength is when I'm in the public eye. What am I really doing? The day is starting off with teaching a team player on how to do self-checkout. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to talk about checking ID. We're going to be doing things about, how to get rid of something that's on the screen. So a little bit of one-on-one action here. And plus, on top of that, it checks me to find out if I'm playing by the rules as well. That's what I love about being an instructor. I learn a lot from the students. Oh, it's the typical Sunday. Where are the carts at? Where are the carts at? Full store, man. Full store. People keep stealing our carts as well. So, I can go over to one of the apartments if you want me to. No, I'm not going to say that. You're going to do whatever you can to make sure that they get a cart, or they're going to get a skip. But where are the carts at? On a mission. Getting in the big old Ford F-150 and headed out to find the carts at the different apartment complexes. So I'll be doing this for a little bit now. Got to find the carts, man. Nothing worse than upset guests who are going, where are the carts at? So now I'm on my way to figure out where these carts are and load them up and get them back in the corral. A couple comes in, and they've got like 3 cases, and cases that have Tito on it. And I'm thinking, oh, this is pretty interesting. I've never seen Tito vodka at a grocery store before. Well, what was inside? Lemonade, sweet tea, $330 worth of lemonade and sweet tea. Not everybody came to the party. Guess what? They're bringing it back. And here's the twister on it. They didn't even buy it from our store. They didn't. It's the store down the street, but we still took it all back. I don't know if this is a joke or if this is authentic. Drake's coffee cakes. Okay, freshness guaranteed. I get it. It looks really interesting. They've been going since 1896. But up here in the right-hand side, it says Seinfeld. Watch weeknights. Seinfeld? What a great way to promote your website, because it is Seinfeld.com, but that's very interesting how advertising has changed for a lot of these shows. So the Drake cakes are authentic. It was explained to me by a Seinfeld fan that Elaine, I guess, on the show was craving and going crazy over Drake cakes. So it's very interesting that here in 2023, Seinfeld being gone for all these years, but because of the website, Seinfeld.com, what a great way to do it. And open your mouth, insert your foot moments.
What did you do?
Well, when I asked, I very, very politely asked, when will we, put up a sign that says no teenagers in after 6 p.m. And because of, what we see, because, there are malls and there are other stores that are out incorporating that right now. And then, so one of the people said, we have far less shootings. And then my answer back was, so far.
Well, that's right. I mean, if think about that mall that's out there, the old Mills, and that place used to be really safe. No one can get to it. It's out in the boonies. And now what happens? Now they have a shooting every weekend. Yeah. I mean, it's a product of the world we live in. I mean, unfortunately, but you never know, man. I mean, I don't know if the listeners are aware that we have to watch active shooter videos all the time, 6 times a year. Yeah. And at some point you start becoming numb to it.
Right. And I actually, no bull, I'm being transparent. I sit down and have a conversation with my wife, and she gets me into the mindset of there's nothing I can do about it. If it's my time, I just let it go. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just understand it was my time.
Yeah. I mean, we're not trained law enforcement or anything like that. I think if that does happen, our instincts are going to kick in, and it's fight or flight. Most likely, we're all going to watch our own asses. I'm running.
We're trained to run. Yeah, as a martial artist, we are trained to run.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things I hope we never have to encounter, but Jesus.